You already know who it is, TJ Khaled. Oh, baby. It's talking about Lana Sky.
So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister?
That's correct, but there's a gold amount of evidence against her.
Oh,
And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate's decided, Bambina. Many condolences.
Officer Marshall!
Yeah, Bambina?
How can you see that? You and my sister, you were...
there's something between this cop and her sister I don't know about. Do I need to kick his ass?
I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office.
Dry wind or ill wind, someone's up to something here. But who?
Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you.
Yeah, I clapped his ass like twice.
But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them.
If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to the source, you might find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say.
One person, who?
Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector Lana Sky.
What? My sister?
Edgeworth couldn't rustle all them cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets. Some people load them with deals.
What, you're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials?
Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big secret hidden right here somewhere. Everyone knows it.
Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? I'm gonna present some stuff I know is safe.
Ah, toy shield. Suits the boy well. What exactly could you shield with that? A toy knife, maybe.
Officer Marshall, don't you have anything good to say about Mr. Edgeworth?
You don't like him, right? We get the point.
You know, when I was a detective, I got one of these.
Let me guess, did it have a K for King of Detectives on it?
Hey, they can use the same shield over and over.
Note to self, the prosecutor's office in criminal affairs are surprisingly cheap.
You know it. They've gotten cheaper with every passing year, I tell you.
I don't know what to talk to him about.
My sister's cell phone.
The last time it was used was 5/18, right after Goodman was killed. Maybe she was canceling her date for the night.
Why did Lana make that call?
All right, compadre, count to 3.
Oh. Okay, hold on. Let me see what is useful.
5:12 p.m. The prospector's bright red steed came in at a trot, real slow like.
A trot.
My Madonna tells me the crime occurred 3 minutes later, so it seems the chief prospector was lying in wait. Maybe waiting for her prince to ride in on his bright red horse.
So what you mean is, the killer intended to use Edgeworth's car all along. I don't need to investigate that. I have a feeling showing him this will fuck me over.
What's that? Some sort of police passport?
This is Detective Goodman's ID card, strangely enough. We found it a good distance away from the crime scene.
Good distance. And this rat hole? If you want distance, get yourself to Texas.
Texas.
It's a tiny little crime scene, a tiny little town with tiny little evidence. What difference does a few yards make, compadre?
Note to self, if you encounter suspicious evidence, think of Texas. There's no better way to study than to hang out with the pros.
Yeah, there's nothing here. I feel like that's it. I feel like I've examined everything. I think all I can do is move. She's still not back. Normally they give you a sign when you need to go somewhere.
They definitely want me here. Oh, in the truck. Oh my fucking god. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort.
Look, something's written on it.
675-12-2. Or 67S. Name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe he fell out of his pocket when he was killed.
Well, so what does it mean, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
Note to self, for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright.
I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what it means either.
So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright?
I guess we got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone.
So, you think we'll be okay?
Well, the only thing that's still bothering me is that Lana's confessing to the crime. She says she did it.
No problem. I can guarantee she's not the criminal.
Oh, by the way, Emma?
Yes?
I know that song your phone plays when it rings.
What?
It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids. The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. Oh! At 5:18, just after the murder took place, your sister called you, didn't she, Emma?
I'm sorry.
Can you tell me what you talked about?
She hung up right away.
I see. A detective is murdered, and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. It's too late. It's too late, bro. It's too late. That's fast, though. 6 minutes and 45 seconds? That's fast. I'm taking that, bro. That's a W to, like, get to the trial. Kind of wish I just finished it, but I kind of needed this. I needed a second to, like, step back, because I wouldn't have been as effective there. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. You might be fucked.
Or rather, the whole thing's one big gray area.
Don't worry about me. No matter what the outcome, I'm ready to accept my fate.
I believe in you, sis.
Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yeah? A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they're suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Skye, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there's one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. Yeah, always believe your clients. Find the contradictions. Uncover the truth. That's the power of Home Depot. My first trial without a Faye helping me. No one's gonna bail me out this time. Damn, she's such a bad bitch. I'll be all alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Find the contradictions.
Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way.
You're useless. You're a child. Like, at least Maya was like, she was like usefully incompetent, you know what I mean? Like, she would do some crazy shit and it would work. You know what I mean? Like she would shake things up enough so that you had room to get lucky. Oh, it's time.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution's been ready for a while, Your Honor. You fucking ass. Shut the fuck up. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else.
Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot.
Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything.
However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness.
Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. The cough-up queen. Gosh, she's gonna be one tough nut to crack, dude. She's gonna be tough one nut to bust on her.
Haven't I seen you somewhere before?
You ordered a caviar lunch, right?
Oh, caviar. I've never eaten caviar before.
The judge is really wolfing it down.
Ah,
And for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? And you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste?
so this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca.
The heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now! Me, the name's Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us.
The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating.
Hurry it up, dude.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call in the police to provide a description of the crime.
Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
What exactly does that mean?
Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective.
What? Miss Star was a detective.
I know who you are. Cough up.
Cough up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star.
Just who is this lady, dude? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot is at the fucking Christ. The parking lot of the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. Block A is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up
I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes?
The crime scene took place by a car at the back of A block. In the car's trunk, the killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. I call bullshit. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot.
And who was this valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor.
Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
Seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright?
I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? I'm gonna keep it real with you, though. I got 2 things that jump out to me. Number 1 is how the fuck did you apprehend her when there's the chain fence blocking you? And number 2, how did you see it happen? If you check the court record and you look at the autopsy report, they died within an hour and a half. Never mind. I was gonna say I read 4 p.m. and I kind of just jumped the gun. I only have one problem. So how could you apprehend them?
If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star.
Wait, are they talking about me? Oh, okay, so this is the official testimony. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend, but I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand, and she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Cut and dry to me.
Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching!
As you can see, there's no room for doubt.
The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman.
So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that.
It's merely a flesh wound. Fucking Christ, I can't enunciate today. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
Useless.
The only thing I can think of is to present the knife? Let me save what I'm gonna do first. I'm gonna press everything. Tell me more about the knife. 4 inches long, Mr. Edgeworth's knife. What if I present the knife? I'll present the knife. Okay, done. Let me just press everything. How did you know?
I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted.
Given that they're used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that.
Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors?
I felt that I'd found my dream job when I became an investigator, and if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be there.
Laid off? She was fired?
To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless.
Very well, you may continue, Miss Starr.
Hold it! Which boyfriend? This boyfriend, he's a detective?
Not that boyfriend, the security guard.
That boyfriend? You have several?
Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend.
Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants.
I'll stick with the lunches, thanks.
Note to self, the judge had to think before replying.
I'd rather not get syphilis.
The security guard room is in the lot, the A block. It's up on the 2nd level, so you can see everything from there.
That'd be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car?
Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block.
So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. Okay, wait. I want to look at something. Hold on. I want to look at something. How could she get there if she was in B block? That doesn't work. That doesn't work. I don't know what I was thinking. I guarantee you nothing comes of this. I guarantee you, I'm not even reading it. He was also a detective. A young cheese. By garish car, you mean?
Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes.
Mr. Edgeworth's?
Incidentally, the knife the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it?
Indeed it was.
What in a hard case this is! And the person you saw, you're sure it was the defendant?
I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her.
So telling the truth, we're doomed.
Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have proof, we can always nitpick.
Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness.
You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, silly rookie.
Oh, rookie.
Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside.
That was inspiring.
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism.
I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed.
A photograph! You took this?
The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over, and snap, I took this picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera.
I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now?
You'd think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs.
Well, this is most certainly the defendant.
Is unmistakably Lana Skye. So what was the defendant doing at this time? Okay, but that's not even what fucking happened. Objection! It's not. And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Skye stab the victim with a knife?
As I've already said, yes, I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch.
I'm sure that is a fine lunch.
But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph!
Isn't this the photograph you took at the very moment of the crime? Why is Miss Skye not holding a knife?
Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
Objection. That would be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. What the fuck? It was so stronger than your feeble mind.
Oh, shit! Yo!
Yet it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, right?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. And how can you tell that?
Blood splatter?
Huh?
See the dark crimson stains around the prosecutor's coat?
But it's a black and white photograph.
Ah, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood.
Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here.
No problem except you!
Mr. Wright, are you just gonna sit there and take that kind of abuse?
You got a better idea? Objection! Wait, this contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took a picture the moment she witnessed the crime.
Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies.
That's it?
If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go.
Good advice. I'm not sure I understand it, but good advice.
I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Skye was cold, calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Objection! Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph.
Well, are those gloves?
Surgical gloves made out of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? It was not premeditated. She would not be wearing those gloves.
These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation.
Premeditated murder. Serious offense.
Witness, add this to your testimony.
The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I gotta present something on that. Right? Right? The only thing I can think to present is the knife? Yeah. Witness, do you know what this is?
Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk.
Indeed, it is my knife.
What's with this case? Bloody murder weapon in a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there.
That is the chief prosecutor.
Mommy, your prosecutor's bad people.
The defense has a request. We ask the witness provide an accurate testimony.
What's that, rookie?
In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those surgical gloves.
Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning.
However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon?
Oh!
This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon!
Order! Order! Order!
Great, now the tide's turning in our favor.
Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free.
It is. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie.
What?
I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned.
Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That's the only thing the prosecution need to prove, nothing more. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do, she planned on killing him. It was planned. Oh, I missed that.
I'd like to hear your testimony again, you dumb bitch.
Witness, please only tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you! My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now? They kinda suck. Angel's deduction. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again.
The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it?
So, if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy?
You probably, you fucking psycho.
In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness.
I don't even need to do... I know exactly what to do. She's a fucking idiot. Oh wait, I didn't realize there were like 4 things. Hold on. You're actually so dumb. It was one knife. You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr.
What do you mean?
I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states the death was due to loss of blood from 1 stab wound.
You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth.
What a hunk! He's my hero, really!
What about my objection? No one noticed.
Well, witness.
You got the crime scene set, right?
Oh, thanks.
I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood, but now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice.
Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify.
What the fuck are you talking? Her red muffler looked like blood to me? What? What the fuck are you talking about? What? I don't even know what the fuck are you talking about? I'm pressing. What the fuck? What? Her red muffler? Oh, a scarf. Chief prosecutor wears one around her neck, so she can easily be hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. She's right. This guy was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait, is it odd you mistook that for splattered blood?
Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib.
Judge with a bib? That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report's clear on this matter. There's only 1 knife wound. Apparently, the Star isn't entirely sure of her own testimony.
Mr. Wright, this is our chance!
Chance for what? Okay. It's definitely this, but what the fuck do I say? Did I just present the photo? Let me save it. Did I just present the photo and say she wasn't even wearing it? Just bluff? Objection! No fucking way. Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. Okay, oh yeah, you can see it better now. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh? But that can't be! Only
Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations, perhaps you found your true calling in life.
Harsh words, but good.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails.
What, was my objection chopped liver? But was there a scarf? No, not that, but something red, really. Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business.
What?
Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well, I do remember some things accurately at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony.
Most important part?
The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Guess we'll have to wait next time for the moment of truth, big dog, because we're at 30 minutes. I'm cutting it there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next part.